Hello everybody, this is the Starving Martian, and today we're beginning our look at the Mars Attacks Invasion trading card series from 2013. That's right, we've been building up to this one for a while now. We started back in 1962 with the original trading card set, and been building up to the more modern era. So this is card number 1 from Mars Attacks Invasion. Of course, Invasion is kind of a reboot of the Mars Attacks series, reinterpretation, a modernization, if you will, using a lot of the classic elements that you'll see in the previous Mars Attacks card and comic book series. Mars Attacks Invasion was partially funded by a Kickstarter program, which I know very little about. I don't really interest myself in Kickstarter programs. Um, and I didn't know that they were done on anything except video games, but apparently they are. Um, I tend to take the more the philosophy that if you can't, finance your own product, then you don't put out your own product. But that's just me. Um, Regardless, if you are one of the people who helped fund this through Kickstarter, I thank you because this is actually a very, very good card series. It contains 95 base cards, which are divided in two separate groups: the story of Mars Attacks Invasion, and then kind of a history of Mars Attacks comics and stuff through the years. Um, there's also some subsets, chase sets they're called, that will cost you extra if you choose to hunt those down. But we're going to be taking a look at the series as a whole, the 95 cards in the series, and it begins here with card number 1. This card is called. We know a lot of these card series have the title of the card right on the front. This series does not, because this series doesn't have the border like the classic cards do. The artwork extends to the edge of the card. And so if you want to know the title of your card, which this one, by the way, is called Attack from Space. But it's on the back of the card. And you can see the title here, Attack from Space, as well as a picture in the top corner showing you what the next card will be. And that's a nod to the original card series, which did something similar. Had a tiny picture. That one was in black and white. And so the first card here, you can see that they've already got all the classic elements of what makes Mars Attacks. You got your skull-faced, big-brained Martians coming in. You have national landmarks being destroyed. You have people with flesh burning off in the background. You can even see some giant bugs already on the scene. Flying saucers in their classic UFO style up in the air. So this first card here already promises everything that a Mars Attacks fan could want. And fortunately, the rest of the series delivers. This is a very good Mars Attacks card series, one that I highly recommend you hunt down. So this card 1. Second card is called Manhattan Meltdown. Alright, didn't take them too long to get to New York. Because if they can make it there, they'll make it anywhere. Next up is, of course, card 3, Buckingham Massacre. Now, if you remember, in the original card set, there was, I believe it's called Panic in Parliament, something like that. One of the cards was set in England and had the officials over in England quite upset about it. And these days, nobody gets upset about this sort of thing anymore. So here's Buckingham Palace under attack. And we'll head back to America for card number 4, Vegas Infestation. And you can see the giant insects are quite hideous this time around. In fact, the cards even explain in the story on the back that they've been not just increased in size, but actually mutated to be the worst they could possibly be. The story on the back of the cards, by the way, is your basic, Mars is invading Earth. You could kind of get most of it just from the pictures. Card number 5, Air Force Attack. And you might not even know this was a Mars Attacks card if not for the UFOs being reflected in his visor there. The Front Line is our next card. Followed by Battling Bugs. Does that mean that these soldiers are battling bugs, or are these bugs called battling bugs because they battle humanity? Or, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a giant insect chewing on people. That's cool. Alright, Defense of the High Seas is up next. Oops, let's center that a little better. There we go. And yeah, Martians can now pop up from underwater. So, that's good. Downtown Demolition. Downtown. Things will be great when you are downtown. Don't wait a minute more. Alright. Martians with machine guns. Because why not? Next up is Battle on the Beach. That's kind of a one-sided battle. Followed by a Rebel Encounter. And then Terror at the Zoo. Makes you wonder what Martians taste like, doesn't it? And The Jungle Mission. One thing this card series lacks is a lot of destruction of dogs, which is kind of a thing in Mars Attacks for whatever reason. But we do have a skeletalized monkey there, so. The Will of Man is the title of this one. Yeah, he's a strong-willed guy there. He's going down, but he's taking a Martian with him. And then Frozen Desert. And of course, the Freeze Ray is a classic Martian weapon going back to the original card series. And, living as I do in New England, and this being mid-January, and my attic office where I, set up this little studio being uninsulated, I could definitely feel for the poor saps of this card. Next up is Firefight. Straight from ice to fire. And the Enemy Miner. So there's a Martian in a giant robot mining suit. Okay, next up comes Stealth Strike. You never heard him coming. And then a card that I very much enjoy, Tokyo Takedown. And, I am, of course, a big kaiju fan. And here we have Tokyo Takedown, a clear homage to King Kong, which, took place in New York, but whatever. But, it wouldn't be Tokyo without giant robots or something trashing the place. Bridge of Death is up next. This is what happens if you don't pay your toll. And Burning Alive. Here's one called Stonehenge Setup. You can see Stonehenge in the background there. And the Martians are making themselves at home. And here's one called Nowhere to Hide. As it wouldn't be Mars Attacks if some pretty damsel wasn't getting herself kidnapped. Now this card has a couple Mars Attacks kind of hidden in jokes. There's a movie theater you can see up behind the girl's shoulder. A matinee seems to be playing a movie called Mars Attacks 8. This is some bizarre alternate reality where 8 Mars Attacks movies were made, and then Martians actually attacked, I guess. I don't know. Also, in the corner right here seems to be a Martian crossing sign. I don't know who put that up or when or how or why, but it is amusing. Okay, Renegade Rescue is up next. That's Renegade Rescue. Just go with it. This guy here in the mask will become an important character. It's years before the invasion of Earth. A small alien planet was conquered, becoming a Martian-controlled colony for generations until the liberation by a group called the Tiger Corps. And so this is the Tiger Corps. Tiger Corps is actually a concept that was introduced way back in the Topps comics, and it got updated and brought back for this card set. And this is Hide and Seek. Forgot to check that. Now, I played hide and seek as a kid. Usually we did not use guns. But then again, we weren't playing for our lives. And after hide and seek comes hit and run. Which sounds like a buddy cop show, you know. Hit and run. They're cops coming to Fox this fall. And Operation Earth. Crisis on Campus is up next. One of the few taller cards. Usually they're, in the wide format, but Crisis on Campus. Death and Taxes is up here. Death and Taxes. The insects in this card series like to tear women's shirts off. I don't know what they get out of that. But so be it. And we'll, conclude today with card number 30, Slaughter in Savannah. So just like the original card series, there's a lot of giant insects that pop up in the middle and almost steal the show. But we'll be getting back to some authentic Martian mayhem before too long. So next time out, guys, we will be concluding the story portion of Mars Attacks Invasion cards. And then the episode after that, we will be taking a look at the rest of the cards that deal with comics and whatnot through the ages. So stick around, it'll be fun. As I said, this is a card series that I highly recommend. So stay tuned. We'll catch up with you later, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Keep warm. Keep watching the skies.